And now, it's time for another episode of the 12-Man Fan Jam Show. A show made by 12s from around the world, for 12s around the world. I'm Mozette, and here's your host and my dad, the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Island Church of Seahawk Positivity.
Yes, I am Moses, and welcome to episode 814, the Bills edition of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show, as your Seattle Seahawks get ready to take on those Buffalo Bills. So please put your tray table up and place your seats back in the full upright position. Settle in with a desired scent or beverage of your choice, and what can I tell you? Welcome to a Blue Friday, everyone. A really Blue Friday, as we record this on a rather historic evening, maybe sort of. Hey, we're so glad we're here for our 188th episode. And before we start the show and I go through the intros, I do want to announce that it is a special day. Our long, terrible national nightmare is finally over. Of course, I'm referring to the fact that, yes, it is true. It looks like Jamal Adams will play for the Seahawks Sunday, so that's something to look forward to. Our national nightmare is over. Maybe we'll have a defense. All right, let's meet the posse for this episode. First, the yin to my yang. It is Matt from Merry Old England. Hi, Matt.
Hi, Moses. How are you?
Matt, I am fantastic. How are you?
I'm not too bad. I don't know whether you can hear that. I'm actually counting at the moment. George has asked me to see if I could just count some votes for them because apparently they haven't got enough people, so I'm just recounting it now.
Thank you so much. Take your time and do it very thoroughly and make sure there are people watching you.
Carry the one. This one's for Kanye. I'm putting that in a special pile.
Kanye gets a special pile.
Of one.
Speaking of someone we can always count on, that's our news hound, Will. Hi, Will.
Hi, Moses. How are you?
Will, fantastic. How are you, sir?
Oh, what can I say, Moses? I picked a hell of a week to quit sniffing glue.
Kids, we're kidding. We're kidding. He doesn't really sniff glue.
He didn't stop. That's
he just never stopped.
Yeah.
Someone who also never stops is Dustin. Hi, Dustin.
Hello.
How are you, Dustin?
I'm good. I don't remember if it was on air or off air last week, but I was updating you guys on Kona, and she had some appointments. I'd let you guys know she does not have lymphoma.
Oh, yay. Kona, our 12-Man Fan Jam show. Yes, thank you. That's good. Great news.
Yep. All the labs came back normal.
Good.
Was that?
Give Kona a doggy treat for us, okay?
Yes, please.
Will do.
Great
all her
news.
Labs came back normal, and she's just taking some antibiotics, and that's all that it's expected to happen. So.
Well, that's fantastic. That's for Kona, the 12-Man Fan Jam show mascot, Kona. Good news for Kona, and good news for you, Dustin. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah.
Although when you said Kona had appointments, I had a vision of her like going out for lunch and go see the girls. And...
Yeah, I mean, people think that she's the pet and the mascot. I'm actually her assistant. I just do what she says.
Diva dog.
Little man, take a letter for me.
You amuse me.
That's exactly how it is.
Yeah. Well, speaking of amusement, we do have a show to get to, and let's get to it, shall we, Fat Tony?
Very well. Let's do this thing.
Yes, for your amusement, this show is run just like a real NFL football game. We have 4 quarters and a halftime. First quarter, Will catch us up on NFL news we may have missed during the week or so. Quarter 2, we will go over last week's game against the San Francisco 49ers. And, of course, halftime brings the best Seahawk-themed trivia game on the internet, 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia
Of the world.
And I believe Dustin won last week.
I also believe that. Agreed. Concur.
And I believe that I kind of jinxed Matt during this part last week. A little bit.
That's fine.
Okay.
Saying how great he was and how dominant he was, and someone had to beat him, and it happened. So, Will, I'm pulling for you this time.
He needs it every once in a while.
He does. The second half, we're going to talk about the upcoming game between the Seahawks and the Buffalo Bills. In quarter 3, we'll have all kinds of info, a mock game from Little Mo, who did the game on his PlayStation 4, and what the stats were for that game. We talk about the weather, we talk about injury reports, we talk about fashion, and we have a sermon. And then we put all that together in quarter 4, gave you our game balls, our predictions and prognostications for that game between the Seahawks and the Bills. But before we do all that, please like, share, subscribe to Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel. Join our Facebook group, 12-Man Fan Jam Show. Also, we are on Twitter at Seahawk Positivity. Email is 12manfanjamshow@gmail.com. Look for the downloadable podcast of this show on iTunes and Podbean. Take us with you wherever you so desire. Okay, let's get to the first quarter and news. Yes, news from around the NFL brought to you by this week's sponsor, the Bobby Wagner Bulldozer. Run through any wall of protection with ease with a Bobby Wagner Bulldozer. KJ Wright arm extension sold separately. Will, what you got for us?
Well, Moses, I think a lot of us have had a tough year in 2020. I mean, that just kind of goes without saying. But
no, it's just a scratch.
One person whose year may have been tougher than most is Mitch Trubisky, who was benched in week 3 in favor of Nick Foles, who, let's face it, hasn't exactly set the world on fire either.
No.
But actually got to play last week when the Bears took the Saints to overtime. Yep, still lost. He was on the field for one play, and he ran the ball for 3 yards and hurt his shoulder. So he's been in one play in the last month and a half and hurt his shoulder. Good news for Trubisky is he does not need surgery, and he is week to week. But
aren't we all?
Just you got to wonder if this guy is jinxed.
Wow,
So,
one play hurts. That's some bad luck there, Matt.
How much was he paid for that one play?
Oh, good point.
Enough.
It doesn't sound like bad luck to me. I mean, I'd
More than us.
For a ball hurt my arm and get paid a couple of $100,000.
When you said hurt your arm, I remember a Caddyshack when that ball hit Ronnie Dangerfield in his arm. He's, oh, my arm, I broke my arm. And he's like waving it around. I could see like Trubisky getting up going, my arm, I broke my arm. Now see if Statsman Mark was here, he'd be laughing right now.
Yeah, got that.
Yeah. Dustin.
Trubisky didn't even know he was hurt until after the game.
Oh, is that true? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's bad luck for a number 3 pick, too. Dustin, they actually traded with the 49ers to get him, too.
Yeah, I wish they wouldn't have. San Francisco didn't need the draft picks.
I know.
It'd be better if they were. I'd rather them have Mitchell.
Oh, my gosh, yes. Well, they practically do in Garoppolo. Boom, boom. But anyway, but we digress. Will, what else you got for us?
Well, Moses, a bit of an oddity for me. It's actually a positive, uplifting story.
Oh.
Well,
that goes
we've
once
heard
in a
a lot
while.
There have been plenty of stories in the news about team doctors making stupid mistakes and hurting their own players. Tyrod Taylor having his lung punctured. Trent Brown of the Raiders getting air in his IV and nearly getting an embolism.
Oh, my God. This is so uplifting so far. Please continue.
It is, yeah.
But you know what? A lot of these trainers really know their job, and Giants defensive back Logan Ryan can be thankful for that. As you know, well, you may not because I didn't watch the game either, but the Giants played the Buccaneers on Monday Night Football this week. And his wife, Ashley, after the game, flew to their Florida home the next day because Ryan played, they played in that area previously. And she was experiencing what she described as extreme pain in her stomach, and she told Ryan she was just going to sleep it off. Ryan, however, called Giants assistant athletic trainer Justin Maher, and he contacted Ryan's wife, Ashley, and said, seek immediate medical help. Turns out this was a good thing because Ashley Ryan was suffering from an ectopic pregnancy, which can be fatal. Of course, if you don't know what that is, it's the egg is stuck in the fallopian tube and can burst, and that can cause severe problems and death. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So they caught it in time, rushed her into emergency surgery, and she is recovering, doing well. And so hats off to Justin Maher of the athletic trainer for the Giants for making the right call here.
No doubt.
Wow, good for them.
The best. That's a bittersweet situation right there where
that is.
You lose the kiddo, but also don't lose your life. So I mean that's a hard one either way. But I mean I'm glad the trainer did his job, was able to recognize that.
Yeah. Man, good break.
I'm glad for Ryan too. Just not just saying, okay, well, yeah, sleep it off and feel better in the morning, but actually contacting the trainer and getting a second opinion.
Good for them. Good for them. Well, well done, Giants trainer.
Yeah,
well done.
She was lucky he didn't just slap her on the butt and say, "Sorry, get back out there."
Yeah, no doubt. Good thing they didn't contact the head coach.
Some dirt on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't contact the head coach. That would have been a bad move this year for sure. Man, well, that was a feel good way to end the first quarter. Will, thank you so much for the news.
Anytime, Moses.
All right, that's the end of the first quarter.
It's the end of the first quarter, bitches.
Coming up on this Buffalo edition of your 12-man Fan Jam show, halftime trivia, weather, fashion numbers, injury reports. Not halftime trivia weather, just halftime trivia, and then weather. But anyway. But next is quarter two. We talk about last week's game against the 49ers. This is the 12-man Fan Jam show, counting on your vote. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
That's the fact, Jack!
Holy shit, it's the second quarter.
All right, it is the second quarter of the 12-man Fan Jam show. No false claims or fake news here. The Seahawks defeat the 49ers last week 37-27 in beautiful Seattle. And Matt, what are your thoughts about this game overall?
Well, I mean, I would say that the first opening drives were a little bit koala, and anyone who was watching our game thread would know what I mean when I say that. I've got a little GIF thing that I use when I'm sort of not entertained, and it's a koala eating some eucalyptus, looking very grumpy.
Are you talking about our 12-man Fan Jam Facebook page game day thread that we have every game day?
Yes, I am, Dennis. Yes.
So if I join the 12-man Fan Jam show Facebook page, I could see that game day thread and participate therein?
You could. Yes, you could.
And see the koala. Yeah, the koala was quite nice. It was quite entertaining.
Yeah. So there was the opening part was all a little bit meh, but I have to say here for the defense, I think they way to step up. We got some sacks, we got some pressure in this game, we got some sacks in this game. This is the sort of thing I'm talking about. Bobby Wagner coming in with 2 sacks, if memory serves. That's the kind of stuff that I want to see.
Yeah.
What I will say as well is that I think Russell got himself back into even keel and was just doing Russell things. I think DJ Dallas had a great game. What I will say though is that I'm done with the whole fourth quarter. Let's give them 20 points in garbage time. I'm sort of done with that. I don't like the whole fourth quarter jobs that we seem to take our foot off the gas. As I said in the game thread, put your foot on their throat and leave it there.
Amen.
And I don't think we did that, and that's annoying, and that needs to not happen.
I agree. It was really, I think this is a case where the score really isn't all that indicative of the game because it was 30-7 going into the fourth, and they just let them score 20 points rather quickly, I might add. But that whole thing, that fourth quarter was kind of ugly. But the first 3 quarters, offensively and defensively, it was a fun game to watch if you were a Seahawk fan. Will, what else happened in that game that you want to talk about?
Well, I can do the obvious and bring up DK Metcalf, who? He was a receiver, second-year guy. You may have heard of him.
Oh, yeah, that big, tall guy.
Yeah.
He's fast.
He is just so much fun to watch. I mean, that first touchdown, when he took the crossing pattern, I'm like, oh, good, first down. Oh, wait. No, you gotta be kidding.
Well, when he took that wide turn, I went, uh-oh. I said out loud, uh-oh, because if he take that wide turn, that means he's going to run around somebody. And then he came zipping down there, and I thought, he's going to get a lot out of this. I didn't think he was going to score either. When he took that wide turn, I went, oh, here we go. He's going to – and you forget it.
Somebody that big should not be able to run that fast.
Exactly.
Since he's on our team, I'm glad he can, but – it was fun watching him, and the 49ers going into the season. I think everybody thought they were going to be our biggest problem, but I'm pretty sure we broke them.
Yeah, well, they were already broken when they came in, but
they were in bad shape when they came in, but I think we finished them off. I mean, who knows when we'll see Pretty Boy under center again. George Kittle getting hurt. I hated to see that. He's a great player. Fun to play, but you look at our offense and look at our defense and how much we were dominating, and part of that's got to you got to take into account who we were playing and a 49er team that was just pretty much beaten beyond recognition, but On the other hand, they didn't give up either. I mean, they did score the
No.
20 points in the fourth quarter. They didn't just roll over and die. So,
Yeah,
I think
they
when
got to
you
be
look at
proud
our
of that.
performance- When you look at our defensive performance, I think you can get too excited about the first three quarters and too worried about the fourth quarter. And I think the truth is somewhere in between. But hey, Jamal Adams coming back, Carlos Dunlap coming in. Things are starting to look up.
Yeah, they really are. And you got to hand it to the 49ers team. I mean, they didn't give up in that game when it was 30-7 and your backup quarterback comes in. You think it's going to be handoff. And they kept going and really made a game of it. I mean, we really let them keep it going because that's what we do, apparently, is let teams just kind of come back and make it interesting. One thing I want to add about DK I thought was interesting, and I think it was in the second half, and he was dominating, of course. Incredible game. But there was a couple 49ers trying to get in his head, trash talking him and pushing him and he'd had nothing. And I just laughed out loud. And I said in front of my son, I said, they're barking up the wrong tree. And he just totally ignored him. And they were like jawing and pushing him. And they were trying to get him off his game. They were trying to get him upset. He's not Terrell Owens. He's not Randy Moss, guys. He may look like him, but he does not have their demeanor at all. And so he just like totally ignored him and went back into the huddle. And I thought that is just such a waste of time for them. They're not going to they think either he's young or stupid, and he's neither. I mean, he's young, but he's not stupid.
For all of his ridiculous traits and physical talents, he is just mature beyond his years.
He really is. He really is.
Okay, he had the one lapse in the Dallas game, which cost us a touchdown, but he's buckled down ever since, and he doesn't get drawn into stuff like that, like you were just saying. And
the most un-DK Metcalf thing in the world. Yeah, it's fun to watch. He's going to be fun to watch for a number of years, I think. Dustin, your thoughts on the game? Something we miss?
We'll just keeping up with DK theme here for a second. Sure. I don't think there was a more a play that shows more like his ability or his physical prowess is when that safety went to knock him over and just ended up on his ass.
Oh, yeah. And then he was mad because he dropped the ball.
Yeah, and DK didn't even look. I mean, DK was like, dude just bounced off him. He hardly felt it. And the dude's on the ground, like, hurting himself. I love that.
Yeah.
But this is kind of a weird favorite moment, but it came early in the game. And it was from actually the announcer. He was talking about Damian Lewis. And you need to watch this kid. He said, I love the line. He said, Damian Lewis is dispensing justice on the offensive line this year.
He's a vigilante.
Yeah,
dun.
I really, really like that. And then Diggs setting the tone with that huge hit early on. That was pretty nice. I mean, as good as the offense was, I was more excited about the defense because we haven't seen them, defense very well this year. So then you have Bobby. I came in like a wrecking ball. Wagner out there just destroying people left and right. And DJ Reed had a really nice debut.
Yes.
He was exciting to see, just instantly in there making plays. So they gave you a lot to be excited about moving forward. So I loved everything about it.
To me, the game of the play of the game was Belor's first touchdown on the 3rd and 8 where he dove forward. And it kind of set the tone for the rest of the game for the offense because the offense had been struggling. It was like a 3rd and 8, and he caught that ball in the middle and he just kind of leaned forward and dove forward for the first down, and he kind of laid on the ground and made the first down sign. If you haven't seen Seahawks All Access, he was mic'd up for that game, and you don't want to miss it. It was quite hysterical, and my son's like, they need to mic him more often. It was quite funny to hear him talk. It was a lot of fun. But I was playing. And then I don't know who it was that caught a ball and ran out of bounds on our sidelines. And Bobby Wagner came running up to him with a mean look on his face.
I missed that.
And just kind of pumped him in the chest and said, I see you, or there you go, or something like that. And Bobby came up, looked like he was going to beat the crap out of the guy. It was our guy. He just came up and boom, hit him in the chest and said something like, way to go, or, something like that. But to me, I mean, that's what the old Seahawks used to do. I mean, the defense used to get pumped up for the offense. The offense get pumped up for the defense. We haven't seen a lot of that the last couple of years. It's been there, but not like it was that game. I mean, they were really rooting for each other and getting in each other's faces.
When you get the physical play going on, I think that makes a big difference.
It does.
It makes a huge difference. And
it does.
DK is obviously very physical, but then David Moore had a really nice catch where he just got absolutely thumped.
Yes.
And David Moore, he was able to get up and shake it off, and
Yeah.
he caught the ball. The fact that he held on to that ball, I mean, that gets in the defense's head too. Like, I hit this dude as hard as I possibly can. He didn't see me coming, and he still caught the ball. What the hell do I got to do?
Exactly. There were a lot of chances that our guys caught balls that they were well defended. It just they just caught the ball. I mean, there's a couple of times you're like, you can't be mad about that.
Yeah.
And it was well defended, but our guys just wanted it more. They're just, I don't know. It was a good game. It was a fun game on both sides of the ball, really. And it's been a while since we've had one like that. So hopefully this is just the start, like you said, with the return of Adams, with the added addition of Mr. Dunlap. Could be an interesting defensive club, and we already know the offense is in good shape. So
the emergence of DJ Reed on the defense, too.
And the emergence of DJ Reed, as Will so prognosticated.
Mm-hmm.
So
always nice when I get one right.
I know. Well, speaking of that, let's go ahead and let's check out our posse challenge in a 2-minute warning.
Holy shit, it's a 2-minute warning.
All right, 2-minute warning. We are going to look at the posse prediction challenge. The score was 37-27. 3 points to Little Mo and Moses because they said the 49ers would score 27 points, and they did. 1 point to Chris. I gave Chris the best score, 36-25. That's pretty good. That's only 1 and 2 off. Prognostications, a point to Little Mo, who had said Metcalf would have 2 DDs. Jose said Dallas would have a TD. Of course, Will said that Reed interception. Chris said Seattle would have 2 sacks. I said 3 sacks. They had 3. Game ball goes to, surprise, surprise, Metcalf, which, by the way, 9 of the 12 participants in the Posse Challenge had Metcalf as their game ball. Little Mo, Jose, Mike, Mark, Carey, Jimmy, Dustin, Will, and Matt. And then Wagner for Chris. So 10 of you got your game ball. And I say of you because I did not. And then the over and under was under by a half a point. Total 54 points. Our over under was 54.5. So Mike, Mark, Carey, Jimmy, and Andy all had under. So individual scores for Game 7. Little Mo, the big winner this week with 5. Moses 4. Jose, Mike, Mark, Carey, Jimmy, Will with 2. Dustin, Chris, Andy, and Matt with 1. Individual scores after 7 games look like this. Mike with 22, Jose with 19, Moses with 17, Little Mo with 14, Jimmy with 14, Will with 12, Chris with 10, Dustin with 9, Andy 9, Mark 9, Matty 7, Carey 7. As we go into next week's game, team scores, Team 12, 85, Team Posse, 65. And like the election, the gaps are widening as we move on.
But wait for the mail-in votes to come in.
Yeah,
Moses.
the provision votes are still coming in, but right now it's not looking good. But we're not going to concede yet.
So I can write in my prognostication after the game.
Yes, and if you don't, it's cheating.
All right.
Because they're cheating, that's why they're leading. By the way, if you would like to see our predictions and scores after the fourth quarter, we do put those up in the 12-Man Fan Jam Show Game Day thread. Join our Facebook page, and you can see them there. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and go to halftime.
Holy shit, it's halftime.
Oh, we got so much show coming. So many questions. Did you pay the bills? Are the bills left to pay? Where did all my money go? Yes, answers to these and so many other questions still ahead. But first, another fine edition of 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia. And that is... next!
You're listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
Yes, it's halftime, and welcome to another fun-filled edition of the best play-along Seahawk-themed trivia game show on the internet. It's time for 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia. And here's your host, the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Island Church of Seahawk Positivity. Yes, thank you, and welcome to another fine edition of 12-Man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia.
Of the world. Okay, that got all jacked up. You got quiet, and I tried to time it. Didn't work.
Justin, you're alive.
Love it! The trivia game that tests the knowledge of both our posse and our listeners.
Okay.
Our contestants are the posse themselves, Matt, Dustin, and Will. Here come the
You
rules.
cut out. I was just trying to guess when to say it.
So here's how the trivia game works. There'll be 2 rounds of questions. Each contestant answers 1 question each round. If they get it correct, they get 1 point. After 2 rounds of questions, there'll be a final trivia question worth 2 points. If there's a tie after that, then the tie players go on to a special secret overtime question where the winner becomes reigning 12-man Fan Jam Show trivia champion and also gets a prize chosen especially for them. As an added bonus to those listening on the Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel, the questions and possible answers will be displayed on your screen so you, the viewer and listener, can play along as well. If you do, please let us know how you did on the questions. Remember, there's no Googling, no phone a friend, and please, no wagering. However, there is a lifeline. Before taping this show, my 2 charming Seahawk fan children, Mosette and Little Mo, did take the quiz as well. If the contestants want to know what the kids said, they can ask that but once and only once during the entire game show and only in the first 2 rounds. Now let's get ready to play 12-man Fan Jam Show Halftime Trivia.
Yes! Yes! All right. Sorry, Dustin.
No, roll with it. It's fine.
We'll roll with it. We're going to go. We're live. We're going.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
All right. The topic is obviously the Buffalo Bills and Buffalo. So 1, 2, or 3. I tell you what, Dustin, I'll let you pick since you were the champ last week. 1, 2, or 3.
I'll go 3.
All right. Matt, 1 or 2?
1, please.
Will?
Oh crap, that's Dustin's one. Sorry.
Yeah, but you can say it whenever you want, though. It's great.
All right, question 1. Oh, man. We're off to a hell of a start. Question 1, Matt. Are you ready?
Yes.
The first time the Seahawks played the Bills, it was 1977. You remember that game?
Funny enough, no.
Yeah. How many points did the Seahawks score in that game? 45, 52, or 56? Yes!
Goodness.
What?
Yeah, first time
Sounds
they
like a
played
good
them in
game.
77. Did they score 45, 52, or 56 points?
I'll go 56, but only because it's a really good way towards 270.
Oh, okay, 56, huh? Well, Little Mo said 56.
Oh, don't swear.
That said 52.
Matt's demanding a recount.
You said 56.
He doesn't want one.
You got it.
Oh.
Oh, Will. Listen to Will. He doesn't need one. All right, smarty pants. Here's your question.
No, I'm only good with other people's questions, Moses.
That's true. Okay, your question is this. The first time the Seahawks played in Buffalo. No. Yeah, first time they played in Buffalo against the Bills was 95. 1995. Remember that game, Will?
Probably.
Oddly enough, no.
Hey, how many interceptions did Seahawk quarterback
Jesus
Rick
Christ.
Meyer throw in that game? Rick Meyer. How many interceptions in 1995 against the Bills? 2, 3, or 4?
I'm going to match the jersey number and go 3.
Oh, yeah. The other number 3. That's so funny because no one even thinks Meyer wearing 3 anymore. Remember, you used to see people wearing 3 and you go, why? But now you know why.
Yeah.
I actually have one of his practice jerseys here somewhere at the house.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You remember he had that that football car where he had like a football helmet and he was riding a bike? I love that picture.
Yep.
Little Mo said 2. Mosette said 3. You said 3? Yeah, you got it. It's 3. 3 interceptions. And so everyone is doing well here. So there's no pressure at all.
Meyer wasn't.
We're done.
Yeah, all I remember about 95 was we were happy when John Freeze was under center.
Oh, John
That's sad.
Freeze. Wasn't that great?
Goodness.
Good times. Hey, Rick James is from Buffalo. Did you know that, Dustin?
I did not.
Well, guess what? Your
I'm
question
Rick
is
James,
this.
bitch.
What is Rick James's real name? Is it James Johnson, Rick Jones, or Rick James? What is Rick James' real name? James Johnson, Rick Jones, or Rick James?
The second one.
Rick Jones?
Yeah, sounds good.
Mosette said Rick Jones. Little Mo said Rick James. No, it was James Johnson. His real name was James Johnson. Believe
You
it or
went full
not.
stage name. Okay.
Yeah, crazy.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yes, it is. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. All right. Second round, we will ask Matt 4, 5, or 6.
4, please.
We will ask Will 5 or 6.
6.
And we'll ask Dustin, and he'll say 5.
Whatever's left. Yeah. I'll take that.
All right, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
First time the Seahawks beat the Bills in Buffalo was 2001. How many touchdown passes did Seahawk quarterback Matt Hasselbeck throw in that game when they won? 1, 2, or 3? Oh. 1, 2, or 3. How many touchdown passes for Matt Hasselbeck?
I will.
How many quarterbacks did Matt Hasselbeck throw?
How many quarterbacks did he throw? Yeah.
How many backs did Matt Hassel throw as a quarter? 1, 2, or 3?
Yeah, ask kids, please.
Ask kids. Little Mo and Mosette both said 3.
No, it's not that then. So let's go with 1. I was going to go for 3, but then I'm glad I asked now.
Yeah, it's 1. Unbelievable.
You know, that dude used to worry the hell out of me. He had a house. It was in between Wenatchee and Chelan, right there on the Columbia River. And the dude used to swim across the river back and forth for like exercise.
No way.
Yeah.
That's cool. And
No.
scary.
Yeah.
Scary.
Worried the hell out of me.
That's a little scary.
Mm-hmm.
Dustin, here's your question. The last time the Seahawks played the Bills was in Seattle was 2016.
Okay.
You might remember a little bit of that one. How many times did the Seahawks sack Bills quarterback Tyron Taylor in that game? 4, 5, or 6? How many sacks against Tyron Taylor in 2016? 4, 5, or 6?
5.
5. All right. Little Mo said 4. Mosette said 5. You said 5. Yeah, it's 5.
Nice.
Dustin's on the board.
Hell yeah, I am.
Yeah, you are. Will.
Yes, sir.
The city of Buffalo, New York is known to be the first city to have what? Neon signs, street lights, or traffic lights? Buffalo, New York, first city to have what? Neon signs, street lights, or traffic lights?
Well, I don't think it's traffic lights.
Okay.
And I don't think it's neon lights because I can't see anything in Buffalo worth having a neon light for.
Well, if they're
Well,
selling
they have
wings.
strip clubs already.
Yeah, or, they're having wings.
Well, I don't know. But they're far enough north. It's got to get dark up there. I'm going to say street lights.
Street lights. Street lights. Gleam. Oh.
The hell is that?
You're
He dropped
welcome.
something on his toe.
Neon signs. Neon signs is what Little Mo said. Traffic lights is what Mosette said. You said street lights. Yes! Wow. So Matt has 2. Will has 1. Dustin has 1. But Dustin, do
I
not
have
pout. You got 2?
What now?
Oh, yeah, I said. I'm sorry. Matt has 2. Will has 2. You're right. Dustin has 1. But Dustin, don't despair. You know why?
Final question.
That wrong question.
Question.
Final question.
I knew it.
Of the
2 points
world.
of the
How
world.
many points does Dustin get for guessing that?
2. That's 2 points.
None.
Points.
All right. The order will be Dustin first, Will second, Matt third.
Mm-hmm.
And here is your final question. It's a number. First one closest to it without going over gets it. If everyone goes over, whoever's the closest gets the 2 points. It becomes reigning 12-man Fan Jam Show halftime trivia champion. Here we go. Dustin, when the Seahawks played the Bills in Toronto in 2012, remember that wonderful game? I think it was like 50-17 or something like that, right?
Yeah, Russell had 3 first-half rushing touchdowns.
And Russell's jersey from that game is in the Hall of Fame because when we went in the Hall of Fame, it was there for that reason. But how many yards passing did Russell Wilson have in that game? How many passing yards for Russell in that game?
Russell Wilson?
Yeah, Russell Wilson. No, Russell Crowe.
0.
0?
No, we are sticking with Russell Wilson?
No, let's go with Russell. Let's do Russell Wilson, yeah.
Okay. Well, I know he ran a lot, at least in the first half. He had the 3 touchdowns, so I don't imagine he was throwing a lot, especially since we had a big lead. So I will say 200 yards passing.
200 yards passing for Dustin. Will.
I will go 234.
234. Matt.
Well, I think he did. I would. Normally, I'm going to price his right in, but I don't know. I think he probably had a better game. Okay, I'll do 1 yard. Screw it.
1 yard. Screw it.
Don't think yourself out of it, Matt. Don't think yourself out of it.
This turns out to be 196 yards. I quit.
The number of passing yards Russell Wilson had in that game. 205.
Oh.
The new theme song for Dustin, back to back.
Nicely done.
Nicely done, sir.
I thought that might have been high. He didn't get to throw a lot back then.
Yeah. A man does not exist, but Dustin does. This Knight Rider has got himself halftime trivia champion back to back. Congratulations, Dustin. Order yourself a trophy.
Doing it better.
Thanks. There we go.
Thanks. Yeah, there it is. This has been another crowd. Hey, I got a trophy. Shut up and go on, right? All right. Yeah. Hey, it's been another crowd-pleasing, heart-stopping, rather salty award-winning edition of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show halftime trivia
Of the world.
of the world. We'll be back with the second half of the show. Hasselhoff, Patricia McPherson, Takis, and Kit in the Knight Rider to halftime, the third quarter.
Yeah, don't forget him.
Mr. Feeney.
Who?
Hello, Michael.
Oh, yeah, right.
From Boy Meets World.
Yeah,
Where's
that
Kit?
guy's not on here.
You're listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Holy shit, it's the third quarter.
There was a version of that show in the like 2005-ish time frame, I want to say. Maybe a little after that. It wasn't terrible. About the same time they had a Terminator TV series with Summer Glau in it. Not bad.
Yep.
Summer
They actually-
Glau?
Yeah. You know who that is?
Actually,
What the hell's a Summer Glau?
she was on Firefly. She played.
No.
She's an actress.
All right.
Oh, in that Terminator series, Sarah Connor was played by Cersei Lannister.
Yep.
It was that's not a real name, guys, but she's an actress.
And also, Dustin, did you ever see that when they tried to relaunch Knight Rider in '91? They tried to bring back Hasselhoff and set it in 2000. It was a TV movie.
No, I missed that altogether.
Ah,
I'll have
Welcome.
to look for that. It might be. It's probably terrible, like his Nick Fury movie.
Yeah, like that movie. Hey, welcome to the third quarter geek check of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show. We never mail it in. Congratulations, Dustin, on a great halftime trivia championship back-to-back.
Thank you. After much consideration and thought, I think I will also change my ringtone from Ninja Turtles to the Knight Rider theme.
Oh, wow. Go with the whole theme. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Next comes a T-shirt. You know that. And then you'll have like the whole bedroom set. Your mom. Your wife will come in.
whoa.
Somebody female will
They
come
do
in.
things differently in your part of the country.
Yeah. And
Slip there.
yeah, and it'll be all Knight Rider on it. Yeah. Hey, it's time for us to talk about the Seahawks as they take on the Buffalo Bills in New York at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, 10 a.m. Seattle time in England.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. All right. Hey, when I think of the Buffalo Bills, guys, I always think of O.J. Simpson. I know you do. You do. And did you know, I don't know if you knew this, but I've been watching the old Saturday Night Lives, the first 5 seasons, which are on Hulu. And OJ actually hosted, I'm not kidding, O.J. Simpson hosted Saturday Night Live in like season 3 or 4.
He took a stab at it.
He was pretty good.
Nice.
He was pretty good, Will. In fact, he killed it. Is that too early? I don't know. Too soon? Anyway, let's look at Little Mo's mock game challenge for this week. And he did a mock game this week, and here are the scores. He had the Seahawks winning this week 34-13. It was 20-3 at halftime. Russell Wilson was 24 out of 29 for 297 yards and a touchdown. Lockett, 6 receptions for 104 yards. Metcalf, 6 receptions for 84 yards and a touchdown. Carson was the running back, so that's the big difference. But Carson had there were 3 rushing touchdowns in the game for the Seahawks. We can say that. 3 sacks for the Seahawks. They were Shaq Griffin, Poona Ford, and Jerron Reed. And 2 interceptions. Unfortunately, one of them was Ugo Amadi, who's out. But Dunbar had an interception. And Adams had a forced fumble and a fumble recovery. Allen for the Bills, Josh Allen, 28-43, 315 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. John Brown, 8 receptions for 65 yards. Beasley, 7 receptions for 107 yards and a touchdown. Diggs, 4 receptions for 50 yards. And Singletary, 11 rush for 37 yards. So that is the mock game. We'll put that up on our game day thread on Sunday so we can compare and see how close PlayStation 4 gets to the real thing. And while we're doing that, we'll also take a look and see how healthy these teams are by turning to our own Dr. Dustin with the 12-Man Fan Jam Show Injury Report. Dr. Dustin, tell us the news!
Doctor, give me the news!
All right, so this week we're going to start with Buffalo Bills. It's very similar to San Francisco last week as far as the injuries go, but this time, instead of being even, it's kind of outweighed a little bit from Buffalo. They have several players out of this game. Running back Tywan Jones has a hamstring injury. He is out. Linebacker Matt Milano has a pectoral injury. He's out. That means he hurt his boob, guys. Cornerback Josh Norman, who had he just had a play the other day where he got just destroyed. I can't remember what game it was. I almost want to say it was Henry that got him. He's got a hamstring injury. He's out. We have running back TJ Yeldon also out, so they're missing a couple running backs. And then their center, Mitch Morse, is out with a concussion. And I want to take a moment and say thank you to the Buffalo Bills because I could pronounce all of those names.
Yay!
And then their questionable guys, I can also pronounce. So this is awesome. I'm loving these guys. Defensive end Daryl Johnson is questionable for the game. He has a knee injury. He was full participation in practice on Friday, though. Guard Wow, if I could read, I could pronounce the names. That's on me. That's on me. Still appreciate you, Buffalo. Guard Cody Ford has a knee injury, but he had full participation. Then we go to tight end Dawson Knox, who has a calf injury. He had limited participation in practice. And defensive tackle Vernon Butler has a groin injury. He was full participation in practice. That is it for the Buffalo Bills and their injuries. It's quite a few. Seattle has quite a few guys not playing. They don't have anybody that are questionable. And it's not awesome. Chris Carson's out again. Carlos Hyde is out again. They have a foot and hamstring injury. However you say that, accordingly, respectively, whatever. Carson has the foot, and Carlos has the hamstring. You guys know what I mean. Guard Micah Potty's out again. He has that back injury. It's lingering. He has not practiced. Benson Mayowa was a surprise to me. I didn't realize he hurt his ankle. But he is out for the game, which is a little disappointing because we got Dunlap coming back. We have Rasheem Green coming back. And the better that we can have depth there and make that rotation go, the more effective these players will be because they'll have more rest during the game.
True.
So that was disappointing. In our secondary, we're also going to miss 2 guys. Shaquille Griffin, now he's listed as concussion hamstring. From what I understand, though, it's more of a hamstring issue at this point, not concussion, from what I understand, but he's out. And then Ugo Amadi's still out with a hamstring injury. These soft tissue injuries are really lingering for some of these guys.
Yeah.
It's not good. And then on a side note, something that's worthy of mentioning is that Philip Dorsett, had to have surgery on his foot. He had a bone spur in there. He just was never able to shake shake the deal with his foot, so he had surgery. He'll be out for a while, if not the rest of the year, and didn't have a chance to see how long he's going to be gone. Hates Josh Gordon.
Wow.
All right. Dorsett can't shake his foot. It's too bad.
Yep. Yeah, I can't shake it. It might be broken.
Oh, you don't want to shake a broken foot.
No. It's like Caddyshack, that movie I don't remember that you talked about earlier.
You must watch that, but not now. Thank you, sir, for a very detailed and thorough injury report. We appreciate it.
No problem. And thank you, Buffalo, again.
Thank you,
for your
Buffalo.
easy to pronounce names.
Dustin, appreciate you. Hey, let's take a look at what the weather and fashion is going to be for this game by turning to a guy living in England. It's time for the 12-man Fan Jam Show weather and fashion report with Matt from merry old England. Oh, Matt.
It's raining man.
Yes, thank you, Moses. Well, once I realised we were playing the Bills in Buffalo, I got very excited. Finally, after so many dome games, so many climate-controlled indoor games, finally, I was going to report on a game which would have some exciting and game-challenging weather.
Yay.
So I checked the trusty NFLweather.com for the new era field, and it's going to be clear, sunny, a steady 49 degrees Fahrenheit, no chance of rain, and winds very light from the southwest. So ironically, almost better climate-controlled weather than inside a frickin' dome. So what to wear for this game? Well, one of the Bills' funniest and quirkiest habits is table smashing.
Yes.
Now, it started off a viral video, apparently, of a drunk Bills fan smashing into a table several years ago, but has now become a kind of local tradition, like marrying your sister in Kentucky or counting votes in Nevada. I thought, what better thing to do if you're going to go to this game as a couple? Well, if you both go dressed as each half of a folding table, complete with cups and plates glued onto your back. Then, assume the appropriate position, so bent over, and then, follow me, and then at the moment, so the Bills fans will see you, and obviously you're in the position, and at that moment, the Bills fans will become overcome with the natural urge to smash the table. So as they run towards you, launch themselves into the air, you quickly have to separate and run in either direction, leaving them to smash their faces into the ground, leaving them 2 days to cheer for their team, giving our defense a much-needed edge. I think that's a genius plan. Just make sure that you wear a Hawks jersey over all of that when the game starts, and you'll be just fine. With all that being said, it looks like it's going to be perfect Seahawks weather. So, Moses, it's back over to you.
All right. That's awesome. Little chair smashing reference. I love it. Thank you, Matt and Dustin, for your reports.
Yeah, I love that table smashing thing. It's like, I don't know if any of you guys have watched much wrestling, but there were these guys named the Dudley Boys, and that was their big thing. They always brought tables out, and it never failed. At one point during the match, the one dude yelled, "Devon!" and the whole crowd's yelling with him, "Get the table!" Maybe those dudes are from Buffalo.
Maybe they are. Maybe they are.
Maybe they are.
Yeah, could be.
And now, please be upstanding and welcome our own Reverend Moses from the St. Paul Allen Church of Seahawk Positivity for his sermon for this upcoming game. Oh, Reverend.
Yes, it is I, the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church Seahawk Positivity. How is everyone this evening?
Doing well, thanks, Reverend.
Awesome. On this election madness in America that has our Cleveland, our church organist's heart all aflutter. It does. She's concerned that her suggestion to make the state legal for her to personally carry over 12 ounces of any drug or any hallucinatory powder of her choosing will not pass on the ballot, and they are still counting. It may take a while to figure that out, so she's going to do it anyway. Let's get some church up in here. Friends, I am so glad to be once again here as we look to pay some overdue bills, and we make our payment Sunday with the one true power of Seahawk Positivity, reading from the book of the 2020 NFL season, chapter 9, verses 3 to 12. For now is the time to travel. And travel they did. They headed eastward towards the land of bison in the Empire State. There they were met by those who live in the land of chicken wing sauce. They are met by those bills that must be paid, and they are paid within the one true power of Seahawk Positivity, for those bills are truly overdue. But paid and taken care of, these bills are no longer overdue and paid in full. And in victory, those in Seahawk Positivity are triumphant. Yes, This is the word, my brethren. We have the power that flows through us all. Can you feel the positivity flowing through you all? Can you feel it?
Can, Reverend.
Somebody feeling it?
I'm feeling it.
Hey, I'm glad somebody's feeling. Raise your hands how I feel it. Raise them up. Raise them up like you're getting another drink after eating those buffalo wings. That's right. Oh, they're going to sting going out, aren't they, gentlemen? But they taste so good going in. Now, if your hands are raised and you believe in the power of Seahawk positivity, let's hear an amen nice and loud.
Amen.
Yes, and if you believe in the power to give our offense the ability to score more than O.J. Simpson at the local buffalo watering hole. O.J. Simpson scored a lot in the 70s. Let's hear an amen nice and loud.
I'm in.
I don't know what that was. Yes. Oh, my goodness gracious. If you believe in the power to get your defensive ability to get Josh Allen buffaloed, let's hear an amen nice and loud.
I'm in.
Yes. That is the power. It's taken me over, my friends. It's taken me over. Put the hands down. I'm talking in tongues. We are loud and proud, my 12s. Oh, Buffalo, you get cold, but it isn't cold enough to cool down a red-hot Seahawk football team Sunday. Cleolanda, play that funky music, you old bat. Yes! There she goes. This has been your self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church of Seahawk Positivity. Go forth and spread the good word of Seahawk Positivity. Praise Largent, praise Cortez, praise Walter Jones, praise Kenny Easley. Go Hawks! And that is the end of the third quarter. You're listening to a 12-Man Fan Jam show. We'll be back with our predictions, our prognostications, and our game balls for the Buffalo Bill game right after this.
You're listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam show. A Seahawk Positivity production.
If there's a better use for the internet, I haven't found it.
Holy shit, it's the fourth quarter.
Okay, it is your fourth and final quarter of this episode of the 12-Man Fan Jam show, and in this quarter we do make our game score predictions, our prognostications, and of course, our game balls for the upcoming game between your Seattle Seahawks and those Buffalo Bills. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. Seattle time. Wow, that's a heck of a time change.
Yikes.
And 6 p.m. in England, Matt?
It is 6 p.m. in England. Yep.
Excellent. Seahawks are a 3-point favorite. The over-under for our purposes would be 55.5, but remember, these are just for entertainment purposes, these numbers. Don't listen to anything we say on the show and take it seriously. Now time for the picks. Let's start with Team 12, Little Mo. 35-28 because the Seahawks never make it easy. Game ball to Lockett, prognostication Lockett 100 yards receiving. Jose, I'll say 30-23 Hawks. Prognostication Dunlap gets a sack in his first game with the Hawks and game ball to Lockett. Mike Pascal, Hawks 27, Buffalo Billius 24. Kudos to anyone who gets that reference. If not, we'll explain on Facebook page. I don't get it, so explain. Game ball to KJ prediction. Russ gets sacked 3 or more times. Sorry, but I need the stats. Wow. Okay, that's kind of cold, but I guess we can get that. Carrie, after Sunday's Winers game being the least stressful thing about this week, I'm ready for some more Seahawk football. 34-27 Hawks. DK and Locke both get a TD. Game ball to Lockett. Let's go. Says Jimmy, the bipolar Bills will be a tough battle. Let's hope we get the crap version. Hawks 31-26, game ball to Lockett, prognostication, Carlos Dunlap with a sack. Now to Team Posse, Andy, Seahawks 31, Bills 17, game ball to Tyler, prognostication, Seahawks D gets at least 3 sacks. Chris, Seahawks 36-28, Bills, after putting the 49ers in the ground last week, your Seattle Seahawks head east, although not quite as far east to me as Matt and I would like, to take on the West New York Bills, and who are in their own quest to cleanse the AFC East of the stench of the Patriots. However, much I like the idea of this, I like the idea of us winning better. So watch Russ take us out and serve up some buffalo wings and a side helping of Bills Mafia. Watch my game ball Uncle Will Disley show you why you should never underestimate any part of this team. Watch as the defense shows its mettle once again with at least 2 turnovers. My prediction on the way to Seahawks victory of Seattle 36, Bills 28. Go Hawks. All right, Dustin.
Yeah.
What you got for us?
Well, bilious is kind of, it refers to bile. And a lot of times it's like a nauseating type feeling. or whatever
Okay.
it's associated, kind of like has to go with that. So you're welcome, guys. And
Thank you.
Being that Dr. Dustin
Yummy.
helping out there.
We learned what bilious is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what they're meaning by it.
Excellent. Mike Pascal, you do not have to explain.
Yep. All right. So I'm going to say that Stephen, dang it, Sullivan. Sorry. I got distracted there. Still thinking of that grossness. Anyways, Sullivan, I was pulling for that kid last week. I really want to see him do well, and I hope this week he gets a sack. He's going to be part of that rotation, I think, because Mayo is out.
Okay.
So Dunlap and Green and all those guys. So I think he's going to get some plays, and my prognostication is that he will get a sack this game.
Nice.
Yeah. Game ball's going to Reed. He impressed me last week quite a bit, and I think we're going to need our secondary to step up with these receivers that they have, and the fact
So
that
that's the defensive back. What's his name? Is it DJ?
DJ.
That one,
Not
DJ.
Jerron. DJ.
Yeah. DJ
Okay.
Reed. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Should have been more specific. I apologize.
That's okay.
Yep. But I think just seeing what he had last week with the team and how easily he fit in, I think he's gonna have a big game, and I think we'll need him too. So he's gonna get my game ball.
Wow.
And then the score I'm gonna say is I don't think we're gonna quite hit our 30+ point mark this week. I think it's gonna be more of a 27-24 type game with the Seahawks winning.
All right. Good stuff. A lot of risk there with Sullivan and DJ Reed. I like it. Will, what you got for us?
Well, Moses, I don't think the Bills come and do this week. I think Russell Wilson is going to win his first game ever in the city of Buffalo.
Oh, nice.
Or wherever the hell the stadium is actually located. I don't know. I don't really care.
I think it's a Santa Clara, San Francisco situation. We might actually be playing in Toronto, and they're just fooling us.
No, not right now. Canada will have nothing to do with us thanks to COVID, so that's not happening.
So in any event, I think Seattle wins this game 34-23. And I've been having a bit of luck with my prognostications this year involving people making their initial appearance with the Seahawks. So I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to say Carlos Dunlap either gets an interception, recovers a fumble, or forces a fumble. He will be involved with a turnover in some fashion, either securing one or forcing one. And my game ball is going to go to another player who's making his triumphant return, Jamal Adams.
Nice. All right. Matt.
Hello.
Hello. What you got for us?
Well, I think the score is going to be Seahawks 28, Bills 24.
All right.
My game ball goes to Adams, so Will just took that, but I thought I was going to be the only one, but no, I'll take that. Adams too. That's all right. And the prognostication, I hadn't thought about that very much. Let's go for 3 passing touchdowns for Wilson.
All right. Nice.
At
Thanks,
that
guys.
point, isn't that saying like there's going to be a coin toss? Then I get chastised?
No. Three's a big number.
Okay.
We'll go with 3. Well, I guess it's my turn, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Well, everyone, I am sure, has spent the last week hurrying up to wait on who will be leading our country into the 7th plane of hell, known as 2021, which is probably 2020, the sequel with our luck. The Seahawks, the Seahawks head eastward to the land of waterfalls and falling fans and the picnic tables, as has been mentioned by Dustin. Thank you, Dustin, for bringing that up.
No, thank for you for making me think Scrooge McDuck was talking about glory holes there with the way you pronounce Seahawks.
Seahawks, yeah. The Seahawks just played the 49ers in a game that featured so many backups from both sides of the national anthem. Should have been sung by the Pips or the News or the Heartbreakers or any backup band you want to pick. Just do try to keep up, will you? I digress. The Seahawks are expecting some original starters back for this game, and that will be refreshing. Otherwise, how will we really know how bad this defense really is? The Bills had just taken New England quarterback Cam. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you look celebrating a first down Newton, as he gift-wrapped them a win last week, and it's propelled them into the first place in the AFC East. The Bills are led by Josh Allen, who looks like Seahawk fan actor Chris Pratt He started the year with MVP buzz, but has since cooled to just division leader quarterback buzz. In fact, he hasn't thrown a touchdown pass in 2 games. When we didn't even know who won the presidential election, unlike today where, oh, that's right, we're still, okay, moving on. Anyway, yeah. Not throwing a touchdown pass against the Jets and Pats may have still gotten a win against those terrible dumpster fire teams. But this week, hey, do not count your bills getting paid that easily. No, no, no. Defensively, the Bills are just about as mediocre as chicken wings without a sauce. I mean, it's still good, but it's just kind of unexciting. It's koala level, as Matt would say. Defensively, the Seahawks defense has been about as solid as Trump's mail-in votes, but yeah, I went there. Okay, get over it. I went there. I made a Trump joke, but not this week. It's time to make the Seahawk defense great again. Watch our Seahawks defense get not 1, not 2. Yes, 2. It'll be 2. 2 picks. 2 picks this Sunday. Watch my game ball Jamal Adams show the Seahawks why they give up so much to have him on the team. Oh no, Buffalo. There will be no delay or recount in the winner of this game, you snowflakes. Time to make the Seahawks great again as the Seahawks defense and the Seahawks team win by a score of Seattle Seahawks 30, Buffalo Bills 21. Book it! All right. I think I'm finished.
Yeah, I would like to point out that I meant Daffy Duck, not Scrooge. Scrooge has like a Scottish accent.
Oh, so you made a mistake, so I can laugh at you then.
Yeah, that made no sense. When
ha 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 ha!
Yeah. Just throwing it out there.
I appreciate that. Throwing it out just in time because it looks like on the clock on the wall that it's time to bring another wonderful and amazing 12-man Fan Jam show to a sad close. We're so glad you decided to waste some time with us. We certainly hope you laughed a little and maybe you learned a little something. What did we learn? We learned what bilious is. Thanks, Dustin.
You're welcome.
We learned that Dorsett can't shake his foot. We learned Russell Wilson is no Russell Crowe. We learned that injuries are not awesome. And we learned that Dustin appreciates you, Buffalo.
I do.
He appreciates you. So, on behalf of my partner in crime, Matt, our newshound Shadowhawk Will, Statsman Mark wherever he is, Dustin as the Beaver, Roger Goodell, Mosette, Little Mo, Jimmy, Chris, Tom Lucas, Jose, Carey, Mark, Ty, Turner, Andy Northernhawk, Kona, Mike Pascal, Pete Metzelars, Joe Cribbs, Joe Ferguson. This is Moses saying good night, everybody, and go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Make the Seahawk defense great again. It's huge.
Russell Wilson may be no Russell Crowe, but I'm still entertained.
Aren't we all?